All right, we are live. Okay. Connection issues. Those of you that get on, let me know if this is bad connection. I just wanted to come on here really quickly and chat about follow-up systems. So before, let's of course tag some people. First, let's see if it's working properly. Sorry. It does look like it's super slow. All right. Let's see. Just give it a little bit just to see if anybody will pop on. If not, that's totally fine. Y'all can watch the replay. I'm gonna try and pull this up on my iPad because I don't know how to screen share on this. So, yes, we are talking about follow-ups. Because we have to find a new system. Let's just see how this works. Alright, I don't know how to tag people in here. I'm not on my computer, like my desktop, so it's not going to work. Alright, so I have that pulled up. Let's talk about follow-up systems to begin with, and then I'm going to show you what systems I'm using and implementing starting now. So, as you all know, those of you that have been using AMI or AMI, however you want to say it, it is going bye-bye. My subscription was supposed to renew, I think, the 27th of this month. I went ahead and canceled it just because I don't need $77 coming out of my account when it's getting canceled. So now is the prime time to go ahead and start transitioning to figuring out what system is going to work for me. So I know Sierra posted 2 links for Project Broadcast and Trello. I assume that's how you, Trello, I don't know how you pronounce it. But I'm going to go with Trello. So now I cannot remember to save my life what that chick's name was. Anyway, she was a godsend. And ultimately her videos on YouTube is actually what made me pull the trigger on Trello. So she goes in depth, and she's a Scentsy consultant, so she knows the business. She has boards that are set up to make your life a whole lot easier. You just have to customize them to yourself and then figure out how you want to implement them. So, why do we follow up? Well, first of all, you're building those authentic connections with your customers, and you're also making sure that they have everything that they need for their order. I know if you're anything like me, if something is wrong, like with an order that I purchased, like for today, I treated myself to some makeup, and I was able to like get everything in here, and like my lips and the highlighter, blah blah blah. Customer service is pretty good with this person that I ordered with. Found her on TikTok. I'm just kind of going into like why we follow up with our customers. And I'm going to tell you kind of like you have your authentic ways, and then you have your like lazy ways, and that's just me being honest. So this particular instance or experience that I had, found her on TikTok. She's super likable on TikTok, and I was like, I want to like find myself some makeup. So ended up finding that, decided to do that, what they call like a color match, and then excuse me, got some like heartburn going on. So anyway, did the color match. She instantly reached out to me, and it was through text. So I don't know if this was like a partnering app that's similar to Project Broadcast, because when I looked back at the dates to see kind of like when I reached out to her versus what was going on her TikTok, she was in Key West. Okay. So I don't know if this was authentically from her or if this was like some kind of third party texting notification like, hey, you got to order in, let's text this person. However, it was quick and easy contact. The reach out, and there was back and forth text going back and forth. And then she got me my color match fairly quickly. And then a week later, I still hadn't purchased after that contact. And then she went ahead and followed back up with me and was like, hey, were you still interested? And then sent me an email and was like, hey, check these products out. If you don't want to purchase this, here's some other top items that she likes. So it was a very like good flow, and I was like, I need something like that in my business. So I don't know what third party site that she has. I know she probably pays for it, because clearly she's doing very well in life. But yeah, so I decided to watch the videos that Sierra had put in the comments. There was Project Broadcast and then Trello. I'm going to tell you why I ended up going with Trello. I went with Trello because I feel like it's a more authentic way that I can connect with my customers. I don't have a template text that's being provided for me, because that takes the authenticity out of following up with your customers, and building those relationships. So that was just what kind of like I outweigh the pros and cons of like, okay, do I want to have the lazy form of this, or do I want to actually take the time to invest in my business, invest in my customers? So that's ultimately what made me go with Trello. Why? I had mentioned earlier why we follow up with our customers. If y'all don't know, fortune is in your follow-ups. So if you're not following up with your customers, you are doing your business a huge disservice. I know through Amy, it had a few days once she like reach out and say thank you. Now what I'm implementing in my business is as soon as I have that email that says PWS order, going to my workstation and sending out a thank you text. If I have them in my phone already, I'm going to go to that person and I'm going to say, thank you so much for your online order that I just saw come through my email. Because that's super simple, quick text. You have your phone on you 24/7. So why can't you just take the extra 2 minutes and send them that text? The thank you's already done. So, and then through the boards that told you, I'm drawing a blank on this girl's name. Rachel? I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Anyway, her YouTube channel is fire. So totally subscribe to that as well, because she gives a lot of tips. She also has an emailing list that if you want to step up your business. And I was like, why haven't I found her earlier? Like, I need her in my life, okay? Okay, because if y'all don't know, we're struggling. Like, we are struggling. Like, yes, I don't really like saying the J months, but the J months are terrible. Anyway, that's a side point. I get off topic. I have something to do at 7 o'clock, so I'm trying to make this super quick. So following up with your customers, that's where your money is. That's where your potential new customers are coming from, because word of mouth travels. That's also where your potential hosts are coming from for your parties, and that's where your potential recruits are coming from, because be your best customer, right? So I did watch a video that Chastity ended up posting in her leaders page for how she's going to do follow-ups. Katie Lassiter does this as well. She printed out the last 3 months of her online orders and literally print out. So once she printed them out, she flipped the paper around and put stuff in categories. So like your mail, your was it talk about the opportunity, buy, host, join. I'm not sure what her categories were, but she puts the categories on the back of the paper. I love pen and paper to a certain extent, but I am wholeheartedly digital life. I need it on my phone, I need it on the iPad, I need it all across my devices so that way I can pick up and start off wherever I'm at. Because I have quickly learned that pen and paper, while it's great, I love writing on paper. It ends up being on my desk here, and I'm at work, and I'm like, oh, I need to do that, and then it's nowhere to be found, and I'm not carrying another binder in my work bag. Like, it's not happening. So if you're like me, digital, once you download Trello, you have it across all your devices. I have my iPad with me pretty much 24/7, so that's another good thing, and obviously my phone's with me 24/7. So Trello. So I think that's pretty much all I wanted to say kind of prior to. If you're not doing follow-ups, I highly, highly, highly suggest you to start now. It is a huge pet peeve of mine if I go and order from somebody on like through a small business and I don't get any type of contact back. It's crazy to me that it's like, how can you not thank somebody for their order? And it doesn't have to be sending snail mail out. It's just a simple text acknowledging the fact that they took the time to order from you. They chose you to order. So why not invest in them and simply send them a thank you? If you haven't budgeted for doing snail mail, that's totally fine. Text them. Make an image on Canva that says thank you, which that's on my to-do list. It's for the thank you postcards. I have to update mine. And thank them for their order. So it doesn't have to be sending them mail. It doesn't have to be purchasing stamps. Take the Canva, and if you don't have the download and you don't want to pay for Canva, screenshot it. Screenshot it, make it into an image, and send it with your text and say thank you so much for your online order. I'll be in contact once it says delivered. Scentsy spoils us, okay? Because they send us an email whenever we have a PWS order. They send us an email when it says it's been shipped, so you have a tracking number. There's your second text that goes out to your customer saying, hey, here's your tracking order. They get the same email, but listen, it comes more, like it means more when it's coming from you to be like, hey, just received the email. Here's your tracking order. 2-second text. Like it's not going to take you a long time. And I promise you this will be super beneficial to your business in the long run. Excuse me. Okay, let's talk about these boards because I'm obsessed. So, I don't know how this is going to work. This is the platform. So I'm going to show you one of the boards that she ended up doing. Oh, this light is kind of, nope, that makes it 10 times worse. So we got a glance, and like I said, these boards are already made. So don't make these more complicated than they already are because she already has these for you. I am doing, this is going to take me through a tutorial because I just downloaded it. I am doing the free version for right now. The upgrade I think is like $5 a month, which is way cheaper than Amy. So there's your first, like, oh wow, this might be working out for me. And it's just all that, whatever works for you. And I do encourage you guys, if this doesn't work for you, the printout system doesn't work for you, then you find something that does work for you and share it with us. So let's go through here. So here is the week at a glance board. So it literally has a to-do list, which I literally have just started this, so it's kind of like a work in progress. I have haircut, which I have it scheduled for the 19th, so that's just on my to-do list of like what's actually happening. Once it gets to the day of, I can move this card to due today. So that means that my haircut is going to be happening today if today was the 19th. So I'm going to move that back over there. I liked the way she had this on each day. So Chastity had talked about this too. Just pick a day and focus on a certain thing. Like, don't get overwhelmed. Pick a day, and that be customer day. So this chick that had this board already, which I'm telling you is super easy. All I did was make a copy and deleted whatever she had in there that I didn't want on mine. So for Monday, she's got choose your top 3 priorities that are moving you towards your one main goal and put them here. So I can click on this and then I can update my priorities. So I can make myself a task. Okay, if I close out of that, Monday is a customer day. And I'm just taking on this, okay? So my Mondays, they're going to be focused on customer day. So whether that includes follow-up, snail mail, whatever, I'm focusing on my customers. Random task for the day. That can be work included. That can be anything home included, whatever that needs to get done Monday or whatever I have scheduled ahead of time. So that way I know where my brain's at. This is kind of like the planner that's in my bag that I don't currently use. So it's online. It's on my phone. I do live with my Google Drive calendar, but this is also something that kind of helps see my week and like plan it out in advance. That was like a crazy accent. Okay, so here's Tuesday, and it still says choose your top 3. This is like stuff that I imagine of like take on the day. So if I have top 3 priorities out of the day that I want to accomplish, I'm going to list them there. Tuesday is going to be team day, and then whatever random task. You see these colors too? They're labels. So, for instance, this one is the orange one, and it says scalable systems. Random task is random task. So you can change the labels, the color code. I don't know if you know me, but color code is my life. Like, highlighters, all the things, color code my budget. Like, it's freaking insane. Sorry, not sorry. It's probably why my brain is like super OCD about like this goes here. I have to have a calendar. Like, my bills are in one color. I'm in the other color. Family life's in one color. Cash is in the next color. Like, why it's going to be in a color, it's all over the place. Okay, but it's color coded. It speaks the love language to my brain. Okay, so Wednesday is a miscellaneous day. So in this instance, I can kind of do whatever I wanted to do. If I needed to add a card, so I'm basically, like I said, it's going to take me through a tutorial. I can add a card these are cards. Don't know if you can see that. This is a card, this is a card, this is a card. And I'll show you that kind of on a Scentsy one. Thursday, proposal or prospect day. So anybody that I've reached out about talking about the opportunity, that is either going to be following up with them or that's going to be talking to 5 people about the opportunity. Friday is going to be business day, so that means that I am going to invest in my business and do those income producing activities. This right here, so she had football game on the card. I don't know how to delete it from here. Hit those 3 buttons and then I'm going to delete the card because I don't have a football game happening this Friday. So then Saturday is open, Sunday's open, and then I can add another list if I wanted to. Okay, that's a week at a glance. This follow-up system, goals. Okay, so like I said, I say goals. This one is mine, but hers is like, it's just intense. So real quick, focus on the 8. I have to change this, but then and again, it also inspires me because I'm like, maybe I need to like reach for 8 parties a freaking month. Like, I need to bust my ass. Okay, so what I have right here is my party that has 10% off in July. I have it color coded, telling me that this is telling me that this is a qualifying order. So on the desktop, if you click these colors, it actually has the word in the color. So right now, as you can see, there's like literally only 1 party open. Yeah. But somehow I'm 5 away from 500 this month. So there's that. I just need to get that up like high. So now here we go to, she has these cards or the list, sorry, pre-delivery, which she had all the months. I took out all the months, and I'm trying something new. So this has been talked about. I think Anya talked about it. Chastity's talked about it. But it's the three, and Bailey Kunith has talked about it. It's the 3-month follow-up, and then they go inactive if they haven't reordered. So that's kind of what I'm implementing. So I'm going to follow up for 3 months with them, or send them snail mail for 3 months. And then on that 3rd month, I'm letting them know that if they don't repurchase, they're going to quit getting snail mail from me. It didn't really click when I had heard about it previously, but I'm like, this is a fantastic system. You know, one of those like day late, dollar short kind of things. All right, so for my pre-delivery, this is like when PWS orders come in. So I went in and added all my customers that either purchased today, they purchased yesterday, they purchased through the flash sale, and so forth. The green, I have the label set as a thank you. So I've sent them a thank you text thanking them, hey, thank you for your order. I saw it come through. The red is my Scentsy Club orders. And then my purple is PWS orders. So once these orders have arrived to my customers, I am moving them over to the delivered follow-up. These two right here are text messages. So I'm texting them until they get their order. And then once that happens, all I have to do is click their card, move them over here for delivered follow-up. Let me get her back over here. For delivered follow-up, and then I move on. So once it's been delivered, I'll follow up with them, and then I'm going to move them into the snail mail category, which means that that's my to-do, to send them out snail mail. Once they get the snail mail, I'm going to move them to my first follow-up, which means that they're getting another snail mail for that month. And then the second follow-up, third follow-up, and then whoever doesn't reorder gets put in the inactive customer list. So this obviously is going to be tweaked kind of as I go, but it's also something that it's like, oh, this is like, let's get this in place. So I hope this is working. It says action needed. I don't know. I have Wi-Fi. There's a storm coming, I think, but hopefully it's working. So if you guys have any questions or want to chat more about this, just let me know. Like I said, this is kind of what I'm implementing in my business. This is something that it fits me. And then also one good thing, I'm not going to click on these because I ended up putting the address of these people, so that way my snail mail is easier to do. All I have to do is click these people, put them in a spreadsheet, upload it to Pirate Ship, and print out the labels, and go from there. Anytime that they order, I've got the date that they ordered. So for this customer, I've got 7/14, and we go down the line. So that way I can keep track of, okay, they ordered 7/14. I have the estimated 10 business days before I need to check back in with them for whether or not it's been delivered before I move them over here. So once that delivered follow-up has happened, then I'm going to add them over here to the snail mail. And you can set deadlines. So you can put, like, for instance, this one has July 22nd. I've actually already followed up with her, so I went ahead and checked it. So I was like, I'm just going to check that off, which you can do that. But it has, you'll get an alert that says, hey, this is coming due, and then you follow up with them. So Trello is where I'm investing. So yeah, I'm hoping it works for right now. And then, yeah, so that's where I'm at. I did end up, the video that Sierra posted in the comments, that's what I used. So I recommend that if you... I didn't get that. Oh, sorry. Could you try again? Not talking to you. So I recommend if you are interested in Trello and interested in some type of system, follow-up system that's digital, give that video a watch. The lady ends up linking her boards in the YouTube video. So all you have to do is click, go sign up for Trello, the free version, which I'm trying out the free version for right now, because if I can do everything I need to do for free, we about to do it. So yeah, I'm going to bounce because I have something else to do at 7. So if you guys have any questions whatsoever, just let me know. Those of you that don't want to do digital and you want to do something else, let us know what you do. That way, this video may not be helpful for some people on the team, but if you go live or you share your follow-up system, it may be something that connects with someone else, and then we can all be better together, right? So, I'm out of breath. I'm going to go chill out. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, just let me know. I hope this worked. So yeah, we'll see. All right, I love y'all. Bye.